I'll tell you what, guys, after watching last night's Tampa Bay-Minnesota game, I'm not sure what to make of either one of these teams. I'm still not convinced the Buccaneers are that good. Seriously. I mean, this was the same Buccaneers team that couldn't hold a double-digit lead at home last Sunday against New Orleans and had their defense just shredded by Drew Brees. But last night, a team that was 0-2 on the road, playing its first road game in about 2 months, or in a month, goes and, kicks Minnesota's ass. And yet this is a Vikings team that took care of business at home earlier this season against the 49ers, right? Go figure. I'll tell you the biggest problem with the Vikings right now, and it's quite evident after watching last night's game, and hindsight is a wonderful thing. There is no place in gambling for hindsight, however. If you can learn from your mistakes, that's one thing, but there is absolutely no use simply sitting there after having a losing bet, a losing proposition, looking back and saying shoulda, coulda, woulda, and thought about all these scenarios. But clearly, after watching last night's game, they've got a problem at quarterback. Christian Ponder started the season so well, had a very good preseason camp. He looks lost out there. He was dreadful last week, and he was just as bad last night. Forget about what the final numbers say. He is really struggling. And it's such a shame because they've got playmakers with Percy Harvin, with Adrian Peterson. What a comeback from the ACL injury. So few months removed, and this guy looks as good as new. That burst of speed, his ability to juke and jive there and make the moves in the backfield to break open short gains, turning them into long gainers. Just an amazing comeback. But definitely, I still not sure which way to go with either one of these teams. Hey guys, Al DeMarco here. This is going to be your Friday video report. I've got a money saving discount coupon code that'll save you $14 in just a moment on a single purchase today. Plus, I'm going to break down the Nevada Air Force game tonight. That's going to be your free pick, 9-3 with the last 12 free picks dating back to last Thursday, I think. And you can see the overall free pick record as well here on the site. Let me talk about a couple of hot handicappers. Anthony Red's on another one of those rolls, guys. Today going for football winner number 12 out of 14. Last night, hit his second consecutive 80-dime NFL release of the season. First one, the Lions with the backdoor cover, scoring with 30 seconds to play on Monday. I'm sorry to drive that point home and put the knife in your back if you happen to be like me on the Bears on Monday night, but it's gambling. What can I tell you? He followed that up with an 80-dime winner last night on Tampa Bay, outright, of course, over Minnesota. Today, football winner number 12 out of 14, and it's his 50-dime college football winner number 4 in a row on the Cincinnati-Louisville Big East Showdown. Keep in mind, the first 3 50-dime releases they covered, not won. They covered by a combined 65 points. He cashed in with Arkansas State, the 3.5-point road dog, outright over ULL, 50-27 on Tuesday night. Had Syracuse by 30 points over Connecticut in the Big East battle last Friday night. And, of course, last Thursday had Oregon laying 8.5 and a 43-21 win. That was not even as close as that final score indicated against Arizona State. Also, Chris Jordan tonight, third biggest college football release of the entire season, also happens to be his 4th consecutive football winner, coming off the Buccaneers last night, Arkansas State on Tuesday, and the Houston Texans on Sunday. He did not have a Monday night selection, choosing instead to go toward baseball. Football winner number 4 in a row happens to be his 600-star Big East game of the month on Cincinnati-Louisville, and Matt Rivers, 22 of 36 winning days, second biggest play of the year, another one of those 400,000-star releases, number 7 out of 9, number 17 out of 25 overall, twice as strong as his winner on Arkansas State on Tuesday, and twice as big on his play on the Giants in the World Series in Game 1 as a $1.50 dog on Wednesday. Now, the reason I wanted to point out all 3 of those handicappers, A, they're on red-hot rolls, but also I took a moment before I started today's video report to check. They are all on the exact same side of the Louisville-Cincinnati contest tonight. So I wanted to do you one there and at least tell you every single one of those guys, Anthony Redd, Chris Jordan, Matt Rivers, have monster plays tonight for them based on their rating systems and also on red hot rolls, and they're all on the same side tonight. So don't buy all 3 of them. Pick among the 3, and you know what the play of the other 2 guys is as well. Let's see, what else? Just looking here. Wow. Insider money moves. 11-6 NFL run, 5-2 college football roll, 113-86 record the past 73 days. Remember, you can always get a 3-day free trial if you haven't already of the Insider Money Move service. Okay, guys. Oh, geez. Forgot one other thing, guys. It's time to enter another Fantasy Football League contest. $500 total prize money at stake. Top 20 finish in the money. $125 first prize. Free to enter this week. Just click on the ads here on the site. Last week, we we had the closest top three finish in the 2-year history of running these contests. About 4.5 points separated first to third place. A guy with the screen name of Nails4 won the contest last week. So again, $500 in total prize money, top 20 finish in the money. Remember, this is instant gratification, guys, because this contest is over after the Monday night game. Tuesday, you'll get the results right here and on the site as well. You don't have to wait till the end of the season. Okay, your money-saving discount coupon code, it's Friday, so why not go with 14 Friday? 14 Friday. 14 Friday. 14 Friday, 14 Friday. That will get you $14 off a single purchase today. Once again, 14 Friday, no space between 14 and the word Friday. So let's talk about this game between Nevada and Air Force tonight. Nevada is a 3.5-point favorite. This is a game pitting two of the 4 teams that are currently tied for second place in the Mountain West Conference, all with a 3-1 record, right behind Boise State, who is number 1. A lot of people will say that, it's so difficult to defend against an Air Force team that runs that triple option attack. But then again, you've got a Nevada team that runs that pistol attack. You know what I mean? So they're much more of a threat to throw, obviously. Air Force only averages like 10 passes a game, not Nevada on the other hand. So I counter with this. It's going to be just as difficult for Air Force to contend with Nevada's pistol as Nevada will have trouble dealing with Air Force's triple option attack. And the other thing is, who said Air Force had any type of defense? I mean, they are the 13th worst defense statistically ranked in Division 1A ball this season. Last week, they managed to beat New Mexico. And what a great job Bob Davies has done turning around that Lobos program. They beat New Mexico by 5 points at home last week. But, I mean, the Lobos ran wild in that contest. Matter of fact, their running back in last week's game, they had 338 yards rushing from one guy. One guy, 338 yards rushing, guy by the name of Casey Carrier. They had 409 yards rushing in that contest. And now they've got this Nevada team that comes in here with the pistol. And who has the nation's number 1 running back in terms of yards per game, guys? Yeah, it's Nevada. Stephon Jefferson, in case you're on Jeopardy next week and Alex hits you with that question, he's averaging 156 yards per game. So I think Air Force is going to have problems stopping the run. At the same time, Air Force puts absolutely no pressure on opposing quarterbacks. They only have 5 sacks this entire season, okay? Oh, FYI, in case Alex hits you with the double bonus Jeopardy question, Air Force has given up 0 sacks this season. 0 sacks their offensive line has given up this season. But remember what I told you at the outset. They've only thrown the ball about an average of 10 times a game. You're only throwing 10 passes a game on average. How the hell is your quarterback going to get sacked anyway? Especially when he's running the option, right? There you go. This Nevada team is a funny team. I mean, they have scored 31 points or more in every single game this season. This is a team that opened up with a win at California. Now, we've subsequently seen that the Golden Bears aren't any good, okay? But still, they won against a Pac-12 team on the road. Problem with Nevada is its defense. What, you think there was not some caveat here that I was going to talk about? Nevada twice this year has lost. Both games have been at home. Both games, they have lost double-digit leads in the second half. The first one was a very, very painful loss for yours truly when they managed to allow South Florida to score 2 touchdowns in the final 2.5 minutes on 2 touchdown passes of over 50 yards. No. Do I have any anger towards the Wolfpack build-up? Not me. I may need therapy if I ever bet on Nevada again. The other one was just last Saturday at home when they were up against San Diego State, 14-0, 21-6, 31-20, and FYI, they lost in overtime 39-38. However, Air Force's top running back tonight, and this is a key thing, their top running back, Cody Getz. I've seen him anywhere from doubtful to out for this contest. He is their leading rusher with 928 yards. So let's say even by some miracle he happens to play tonight. How effective is he going to be? All these things add up to me going with Air Force in this contest. Now, Air Force is a 3.5-point choice, guys. I would absolutely go ahead. Nevada is a 3.5-point choice. I would absolutely go ahead and buy the half point down on the Wolfpack. I'm a firm believer that you buy the half point either up or down, depending on your favorite or the underdog, when the line crosses 3, 4, 7, and sometimes 10. Any other number is inconsequential. Listen, I just lost on Monday night, laying 6.5 with the Bears. And if I had to bet it again tomorrow, I would not buy the half point on the Bears. I mean, that's the bottom line, because very rarely do you see a game fall on 6. Now, some people say, well, where the hell do you get 4? Are you kidding me? Ever since they came in with the advent of the 2-point conversion, you see so many games, 21-17, 24-20, 28-24. 31-27. You see so many 4s. I say you see as many 4s as you see 3s nowadays. 7, well, hey, it goes without saying. Now, are you paying an extra premium for buying that extra half point? Absolutely you are. You are paying, in this case, an extra 15 cents. Instead of laying $1.10, you are laying $1.25. Is it any different than laying $1.25 for a baseball pick during the summer? Not in my book, guys. And again, you buy the half point to hedge the odds in your favor in particular circumstances. You're not doing it in every single game. And if it doesn't come into play, it's nothing ventured, nothing gained in terms of financial investment. But I maintain, and I know from my own personal experience at over 20-some years of doing this gambling, that the half point definitely is more advantageous than it's not. However, there are some handicappers at the site. Trace Adams, for example, forget about it. He absolutely will argue and go to the wall with me in terms of arguing about the ineffectiveness in his eyes of buying the half point. I think he's effing crazy. I mean, but what can I tell you? It's just a matter of opinion. What you do with it, I can only give you my advice, and I can only tell you from my personal experience how it definitely pays. Steve Budin and I have had this discussion many, many times on our show, the Countdown to Kickoff program we do for Fox over the years. He's a former bookmaker. Guy believes it wholeheartedly. He thinks the biggest mistake guys make is when they arbitrarily buy half points on weird numbers like 8 and 13. One time, and this handicapper's long gone from this site, many years ago, I'd say about 4 or 5 years ago, there was a handicapper here at this site that wanted to buy a half point on a 14.5 point favorite. I told him I would definitely fire him at that instant if he ever released a play like that. Because bottom line, guys, if you're betting a 14.5 point favorite, you don't have to be worried about the F and half point. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's my philosophy. You've got the money saving discount coupon code 14Friday. You've got the free pick Nevada. As for the total FYI in this contest, it's sitting at 66 points. That's a tricky number. I'll tell you what, I looked at the weather report for this contest. You might have some snow showers, etc. by game time. I personally think this is going to be a game where both teams score in the upper 20s. At the most, I had projected this total to be, for these two teams to combine for around 57 to 59 points. I think the under is more likely the way to go here tonight in this contest, just like I thought the under was the way to go last night in the Clemson-Wake Forest game, which is what I used as a teaser. Unfortunately, I teased him with the Minnesota Vikings. So anyway, that's it, guys. Good luck, and I'll talk to you again on Saturday morning when we do this all over again.